everyone, Lucamus Prime here. So, it is time for the next episode of Movie That Deserves a Sequel. And in today's video, I'm going to be covering this time an example of a sci-fi action film which I definitely would love to see a sequel to, and maybe become a popular franchise. And this film which I definitely would love to see a sequel to is none other than, as you see by the title on the thumbnail, 2014's Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow. So, you guys are going to be asking me, what do I think of this film? Well, I saw this film, I think it was last year or so, when it came onto streaming services, and I must say that I had a lot of fun watching it, and I personally think it's a very underrated sci-fi film that I think deserves more attention. And it's got a great cast of actors, so the two main characters, of course, are played by Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, who both give great performances in the film, and a good chemistry with each other as well. And there's also great supporting roles as well from people such as the legendary Bill Paxton, may he rest in peace, and also Brendan Gleeson, among many others as well. And I think the action scenes are also lots of fun to watch, especially in the really cool mechs the characters wear. And the time travelling is also, in my opinion, pretty cool as well. I mean, if you want to have an idea what this film's about, think of it as Groundhog Day if it was a sci-fi action film, basically. Think of it as that, really, because it involves time travel, of course, and reliving days, a certain day, really, going back in time to that, really. So, think of it like Groundhog Day if it was an action movie, basically. And on the topic of why I think this film deserves a sequel, then, so I would definitely love to see a sequel where these characters all come back and maybe deal with a brand new threat, maybe a new alien race. And we could also maybe use the time travelling a lot more, maybe. So maybe they could possibly manipulate time to go further back in time than just, the same day, really. I think that'd probably be a good idea, really, so we can go back in time to Earth's history, really. Or maybe to a time when this new alien race was initially, of course, dormant, for example, and getting ready to set up for the present day, of course, in a potential sequel. So I'd definitely love to see that happen, and I'd love for these characters to come back as well. Obviously, of course, Sergeant Fowler cannot return because we sadly lost Bill Paxton way too soon, may he rest in peace, so I would totally understand if they don't bring out a character. I hope they, of course, let him be, retired off screen. They don't bring him back, of course, for this next movie. Because I don't imagine anyone playing that character better than Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton, in my opinion, is a legend, so I hope they don't recast the character and they retire him out of respect with Bill Paxton. So I would not mind if a character doesn't come back for that reason. And I definitely love to see a sequel, of course, where these characters all come back and we get to see maybe more action, of course, as well, which could be a lot of fun. Maybe include new weapons and new suits to wear. That could be really cool. And maybe even make it become like a big popular franchise, maybe. That could be great, wouldn't it? And when it comes to the future of this franchise, though, however, there has been talks of a sequel. And they even, of course, have planned a title for it, of course, with Doug Liman, of course, planning to return to direct it. And they're planning on calling it Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat, which is a decent title, but personally, I think Edge of Tomorrow is a way more badass subtitle or actual title, depending on what title you view the film in. I think Edge of Tomorrow is a much better title than And Repeat. So maybe, of course, they could probably call it something else, but it's a decent title so far. But the idea of it being called Repeat and Repeat is making me think maybe it's going further back in time. Maybe we'll have to wait and see, really. But sadly, due to several setbacks, of course, this sequel's been delayed many times, which is a shame. But there has been a talk recently, of course. Emily Blunt has expressed interest in returning this year, which would make me very happy. So I'm glad that she's reiterated her interest in returning. But she's also said that despite being interested, it looks like Tom Cruise's busy schedule may prevent them from returning because he's so busy with other projects. So it looks like production can't go forward just yet. Which I'm disappointed about because obviously Tom Cruise is currently starring in those Mission Impossible movies, back-to-back ones. And personally, I'm not interested in those two films, The Dead Reckoning two-parters, because I personally think the MI franchise perfectly ended with Fallout. So I didn't see those films, and apparently Tom Cruise is really busy, of course, making the second part because they've not even finished filming that second part yet. And of course, it's been delayed due to a SAG-AFTRA strike, so yeah. I personally think Tom Cruise should maybe take a step back from the MI franchise and do this, because compared to MI, which I think should have ended with Fallout, I want this film to become a franchise. Maybe have a similar amount of films to the 6 films that MI had, of course. But unfortunately, we've not had a sequel, which is a bit of a shame, really. So I really hope that one day they will greenlight this sequel and they get Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt back and other characters also returning as well. So yeah, I really do hope, of course, that we get a sequel to, because I think it's a very underrated sci-fi film that I think deserves more attention. If you guys have not seen it, I'd recommend it. So it's definitely a lot of fun. So long story short, guys, in my opinion, Live, Die, Repeat, Edge of Tomorrow is definitely a big example I can say of a sci-fi action film that does deserve sequels. So in the meantime, what I'll do is I will keep rewatching my Blu-ray of the movie because I have it on Blu-ray here. I'll keep rewatching it with hope we'll do a sequel soon. So this is me covering why, in my opinion, Edge of Tomorrow it deserves a sequel. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to tell us in the comments what you guys think of the Dark Edge of Tomorrow. Have you seen it? Think of it a conspiracy, do you need a sequel or not? Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe and comment in the future. And I'll see you all later.